real. I think I done told you about it. But it haven't been easy. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't really, you know me, I ain't really expecting no more easiness. I'm just like straight chilling for real. It is what it is. Every day is a new day. Let's see what's on the agenda for the day. That's how I feel.
That's awesome. That mentality, taking it day by day.
Man, for real, T. I'm gonna tell you, like, let's start on this journey, like, you ain't the only one, you know what I'm saying? And I appreciate you actually allowing yourself to be up here on the video, too. But, T, for real, the souls that came to me crying and the challenges I have went through since I have opened myself up to the public for real, what had me cry for so long that I can't even see myself stop crying. And I'm saying that on two levels of the spirituality. One is because, you know, a lot of people come to me and be like, well, is it good or bad? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And that's like the dead honest truth. Is it bad? Fuck yeah. Is it good? Fuck yeah. It's both of them. It's really fucking both. And then when it comes down to like being human, right? You have to have mercy because the divine masculine and the divine feminine that people have is their free will. Their brain is their free will, regardless of whatever choices or whatever the planet is going through. You have to know that's the human right. And that makes me weep too. So that's why I kept it. That's why I kept it real, because for real, T, I didn't want you to keep crying over your own self. I wanted you to feel better. It was scary. It was scary as shit. It was scary for me to do it with you.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, because I mean, you believe in a lot of things different from me, T. I'm not saying you weren't willing to listen, but you believe different than me.
Oh, sure, yeah, I did, yeah. And that's the reason why I was in. Wow. And that's so, I think it's cute. I think this is real cute right now, how we coming up on a 1 year anniversary.
Yeah, right?
Because it's so interesting how we're coming up on this 1 year anniversary, and right up on this 1 year anniversary, actually, I think we actually might be up on the 1 year anniversary.
It is October the 13th.
Wow.
We got two good numbers on our side, Death and Temperance.
Wow.
And we got 2019, we got the Three of Cups or the Three of Pentacles, we got the Three of Swords, and we got the Three of Wands. Because we're recording the video.
That's wow. That's wild. Because you know what happened? When I had texted you earlier, I mean, I think about you like all the time. And, you know, life is like we're all human. So like I text you here and there. Sometimes it's literally not even, it's just to say hi, you know, send you light and love, and, you know, I'm thinking about you and whatnot. And sometimes just to check up on you, see how you doing, and all that. And then earlier when I had texted you, it's so interesting because how you were telling me about my divine masculine and my divine feminine, and now seeing more of what you were telling me, your perspective and what you knew, at the time and that you were telling me, but I didn't fully grasp or fully understand, but it still held a place in my head, and I still had a mental note. And then earlier, I feel like you would be one of the few people that don't understand this. So when I was like, okay, what is going on? What is coming out? Why is this certain things coming back up? And why is it like I'm feeling some new things as well? So then I sat myself down. I was thinking, I was like, wait a minute. I started thinking about the different sides of my own self, like mastering the light and the dark and whatnot. And come to find out, so it's so interesting how you asked me, what do you want to be referred as or called? Because you was like, I call you T. And I literally just said to myself, I'm pretty sure there's 4 T's.
Huh? What was I about to talk about, T?
You're talking about the kids, the ways.
Oh, yeah, they don't be discriminating. I mean, I get it, So about the pinball machines leaving. And I started recording the video again. So it's a bit telling everybody to miss. But, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, all these waves that come out. Man, this shit be crazy than a motherfucker. But, oh yeah, that's what I was about to say. It's like, I'm going to tell you the weirdest part about actually everything for me, though, is like the world really does feel old to me. Like, no shit. Like, and that shit be crazy because, like, my body is younger than a motherfucker. But, like, everybody is excited over. It's almost like when we talk about, I don't know, like, all these empaths and everything, it's like, yo, I don't know what we call it, what everybody mean no more, and I be serious because literally, like, remember when we first met, I said, T, like, for real, deeply think about it. When telephones was first invented, yo, how was we really talking? I mean, seriously, how was... People be acting like fucking telephone lines was all through the world. I swear to fucking God. But I'm saying, but that shit was sounding like coordinated though. For real. I mean, for real though. Yeah. So it's almost like, yo, what is... I be tripping because people be like, yo, you act like you better than us on this and that. No, it's just like, yo, for real, other side. A lot of people who went to this natural part is like, yo, y'all went natural for spiritual reasons, right? But everybody's still living here on earth. Like, yo, I'm telling you, everything around, when people be talking about, I be watching TV all the time, I'm a geek, right? That, what, it took in the year 2000s, right, for them to say they don't know what gravity is no more. What replaced it? I'm telling you, this is why I say the twin flame dynamic is a program, is everything. What replaced it? 5th dimension, 4th dimension consciousness. As if y'all didn't have it in the beginning. How did we first start talking? From 4th and 5th dimension consciousness. But check it out, right? Think about our First Amendment. Think about our First Amendment now. We still doing it because if you really think about a cell phone, for real, without a satellite, we really wouldn't be talking.
Right, we have to write each other or see each other. Be in close proximity.
Right, go back all the way to the olden days.
Right, taking horses and walking to see each other and everything.
So, this has got to be part of the twin flame dynamic because if our perception isn't changing with it, right, it got to be our whole program. Right? Because technically, the more and more that we be isolated, we're going back to horses. Because I mean, that's a little bit of the reasons that I have violence, ain't it? But then at the same time, one reason of going organic is to make space to keep the internet going. I mean, think about it.
How does that work?
How do you know your metabolism? This is going all the way back to health. What is so healthy about our foods? Nothing. I don't care what the fuck we eat. Nothing. Want to know why? Because when you want to get rid of your motherfucking ass, you're going the fuck up out of here. You go the fuck up out of here. For real. And God, you didn't prove that. Because before, you know what I'm saying, before we ever ate meat, vegan ain't the first. I mean, we kind of started vegan. We did vegan for everything. Think about when we used to heal ourselves. Just imagine, if we didn't develop this far, how do we used to heal ourselves then? If it's coming, I mean, history always repeats itself. It's almost like in the scientific theory, everybody is searching for the same thing. What did we used to be? So why wouldn't vegans be popular if back then Gaia used to heal your wounds from spinach?
Because it's coming from the earth and Gaia is earth.
Think about the different insects. It's almost like blood, right? See, this was part of my download is blood, right? Think about when we go to school to learn about blood. Or when you really see a puddle. If you see a puddle of blood, it don't look burgundy. It's damn near almost look black. It's like you got to smear blood to really see a red, don't you? And then it dries up kind of brown at times, don't it? Blood itself changes colors, right?
Yeah, that's what they say.
I mean, we see it. Obviously, it could have dried red. Shit, we get a crayon, that motherfucker stay red. we put some paint in our house, that jank stay red.
Yeah, you're right.
Right. That shit changed. That's why I tell people, what's the use of being racist? I understand what everybody say. When we bleed, we all the same.
Yeah.
I guess that's why melatonin and all of that means stuff to people, you know. So it's almost like health, like if Gaia was talking to, which vegans gonna be the first ones, it's like y'all gonna be the first ones because if Daddy was in the house, I could have got a ride home from that Uber driver. He said he would have given me a free ride to the crib. Oh no, I'm recording the video. Oh, I'm sorry. But what was that at?
You're talking about Gaia.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So think about why y'all would be the first ones in line. Say if Gaia, if it's all about health, right? So it's almost like, say if Gaia was tired of the war between man-eaters, flesh eaters, and non-flesh eaters. Because one thing about it, the non-flesh eaters still would kill flesh, right? So say that Gaia is tired, right? Now, why would y'all be first if Gaia, if we all, like the Twin Flame Dynamic Program, you know what I'm saying? Especially if Gaia give us free will. Part of free will is making us feel we superior inside. You feel what I'm saying? You gotta feel some kind of freedom. Regardless of what your struggle is, that's what life is all about. Is feeling something, right? So, like, y'all one of the top leaders, since y'all part of the new program, y'all the new generation of the new program of what was first part of the beginning that was created. You understand what I'm saying? See how the old and the new can meet each other at the same time. So then it goes to health, right? So then it goes to what people be always asking, is it good or bad? I don't know. It got to be really up to you. Because, see, I mean, me on the personal side, I really don't discriminate. I get everything come from Gaia shit. That bitch got it. Bitch, you big enough for me to walk inside of you. You got it. I'm pussy like a motherfucker. They done put too much shit on the news. Like, this bitch just crack open. She started spitting out hot flames and all this shit. Nah, bitch, you got it. For real, you got this shit. What you say now? I got you. Now I'm good with all of it. I'm grateful. Yeah, I want some money. I'm gonna throw a little tip attach it, but at the end of the day, as soon as you swell up good enough, I'm a bitch again. Girl, you got it. You got it. You got it. You got it. You know it. You know it.
When people come around, people will be like, shut the fuck up. I'll be quiet. But when he gone, I'll be talking again.
Oh, shit, right. I mean, who would be the first spotlights? Everything, the newest thing always get attention compared to the oldest thing. But the newest thing brings attention to the oldest thing. Think about how normal crimes, unsolved crimes work. It take new evidence, don't it? To bring up something new. Today is 13. But when we put the 10 right there, we got tempers now because we had a show with the 3. What? The 2019 with the 3. That's just like our blood. Alchemy is all around because really our blood changed colors because of the air hitting it, right? Alchemy. So what is magic? Magic is in the air.
You know what?
Go ahead. I'm waiting. Go ahead. Tell me about myself.
You gonna have me feeling like I just came back from college or something.
The Harry fight came out, right?
See.
Did that Harry fight come out?
Yeah, it did. That's wow.
And you know, you said you look at it as like the empress or the emperor, right?
The emperor part would be the high priestess, but like the divine masculine version of it, right?
If that's the way you see it, you know, both of us got our perspective and we go together. But I could see why you see it that way. Yeah, because that's just another way of you saying the moon and the sun, right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Wow.
Today is the 13th. 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 You should go check out my full moon video. I did it a while back though. I bet you're gonna be wow.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
See how health is so broad, right? That's why when having certain visions, a lot of times like sometimes it's good to talk it out with somebody instead of just always spitting it out because for real, if I would have talked about this for real, this would have went so many different ways compared to the way it's going now.
Oh, you're so right. I've been learning that my damn self because I realized that I had problems with letting people in and being vulnerable and asking for help and expressing myself and certain with a lot of things. So I would keep things in and misinterpret things, or if I was to keep it in to myself, then I wouldn't like you were just saying, I wouldn't go as deep or actually get like other opinions or help me to keep it going, like keep the downloads coming, like how you've been saying.
Yeah.
That's so true. Yeah, that's so true. That's so true. This full moon is no joke, girl. These past 2-3 nights I've been having dreams that I'm like, what's going on? Why am I having these dreams kind of thing? Some of them were kind of like visions, and some of them seemed like they were symbolisms.
They probably was.
Yeah. But all of them pretty much good. Did I tell you about this dream that I had? Oh my goodness.
Is it okay that the recorder's still on?
Yeah, that's
okay.
okay.
Oh, okay. All right. Just making sure.
I don't care. Call the phobos.
I love you, boo.
I realized I got some fire in me. That's okay. So now going back to when we had first met, I literally just got received more downloads on that. And what was happening even deeper is it literally I was like, oh my gosh, Dini, Aisha. Because I was like, wait a minute, that's exactly what she was saying. And I didn't understand it completely, but I wasn't listening to myself. And that's why there was all that emotion going on, because there was different sides of me trying to tell me different things, but without me actually knowing these different sides, the divine and the divine masculine. And so they were trying to tell me different things, like for instance, I had one side that was trying to protect me and saying, hey, don't jump into this, don't trust this person. I don't like how the pace of this is going. There's something going on. It doesn't add up. And that side was developed as a mechanism for the survival and defense a long time ago. To the point where when I was growing up, I didn't really have a lot of people to count on. So it was almost as if there was a different side that was created.
Hold on 1 minute, boo. Hold on. Okay, boo. I'm ready to.
Wow.
You was talking about the dream.
Oh yeah, and then I had this dream some months ago, and it reminded me of, and now it's like it's coming full circle. I love these conversations, girl. You go in there like it's full circle, like how you say history repeats itself. Nothing, we live forever. Like all of that is coming full circle. So in this dream, I don't think I told you about this, which is, I don't know why I haven't told you about it yet, but I was.
Because we have a certain type of relationship.
True. So in this dream, this is like a few months ago. So this is after like the smoke was cleared and all that. Like this is much after our first meeting and all that. So this is like right in the beginning of the summer.
Mhm.
So I had this dream where basically I was, for some reason I know why now. I think I do after interpreting it and all that, but typically in the dream, I was at this house, and this house looked a lot like the place that I spent the most time at growing up, like my childhood home.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in there, and a lot of it, the inside and the outside was very similar, but there were some things that were different. And I was pretty much, I was just naked. Like, I was butt naked, like completely naked. But I was hiding, and I was trying to hide from these, like, zombie monster people, and they were looking for me, and I was hiding because obviously I was trying to get away from them, and I didn't want them to catch me. And I was hiding in different spots until eventually, I don't remember exactly what happened. I think something had fell or something like that, and my cover was blown, so I had to get out the house. And I was trying to get out the house, and, like, I got out the window, and I was doing all these different types of acrobatic movements, like I was Spider-Man or some shit.
Yeah, I
like,
could see it.
Right, like I was like,
you even got
from the
taller and stretched, like you even stretched in length, like I don't know, it's interesting though. I can see that part of it. Wow.
You can see it, right?
Yeah.
Right. You can see it.
Yeah.
So I'm up in the dream doing all I could, doing flips, jumping off of walls, doing everything to get away from this group that's basically like on me like wet on rice. And it doesn't matter what I do, physically I just cannot get them shaken off of me. Like they are right behind me.
Did the dream even got an ending?
Yeah, the dreaming, you said the dream doesn't have an ending?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So then I'm doing all this stuff, right? And then towards the end, one of them is like right there. They just keep getting closer and closer, inch by inch. And one of them is reaching out to get me, to grab me, right? So they're behind me, and they're reaching out to grab me outside. So I'm doing all these different flips and everything. Nothing is really working. They're still right up on me. And then there's one of them that's really close to me. So they're reaching out their arm to grab me. And right when they're about to touch me, wings sprout out from my back. And it's just two wings. They sprout up from my back, and I start flying. And I go straight up into the clouds. And then I end up coming back down, and it's like we're in the backyard of this house, and I land. So when I land, I'm still naked, but I have these wings, and they have like this ombre color to them. It's two like traditional looking wings, like those typical like angel wings that people would like I guess associate with like angels or whatever. And so the color though is like this ombre from like light pink to white. So it fades from like the top of from my back, pretty much from my shoulders. It starts from like this light pink, and then the further down it goes down to the wings, it kind of fades into like a white. So it's like a subtle pink flare to it. And then I come back down from the sky, and like I land in the backyard, and I'm face to face with this group. It's like they were like waiting or whatever. So there's this group that was chasing me. So they look like zombie, like monster, raggedy, like things. And they're just standing there, and then like I'm standing there, and we're facing each other, and I'm just like waiting, like what's good? Like I'm about to really fuck some shit up. And then I basically start going ham on them. I start tearing some stuff up. Like I'm up here fighting them now. I'm not running from them no more. And I'm not trying to do all these different things to get away from them. I'm full on fighting them, and I'm beating them up. And it's just me with the wings now. And then the dream just goes out. Like I just remember waking up after that. And I was like, oh snap. Like, whoa. And then I thought about it, and I was like, oh snap. I feel like I know what that was talking about, or what that meant. And it was interesting because, like, I mean, it's not like I don't know, it's not like I had watched a movie, you know, or anything like that right before I went to sleep. So it was almost as if it was like unexpected. So that dream kind of just popped up in a way. And then today, it reminded me of that dream today because I started thinking about what you were saying again when you were telling me about my divine feminine, divine masculine, and
also the vegan aspect.
Right, and all the different things that you were telling me when we had first met pretty much regurgitated. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I was like, this is exactly what Aisha was saying too, because then I started thinking all those times that I felt like I was running and I was scared and I was alone or I was depressed and sad and I felt like I was like in survival mode and all those different things was me kind of like not listening to myself or not realizing that I had wings, you know? So there was like different sides of me that were trying to, I guess, communicate with me and to let me know certain things, but like there's this one side of me that was created based off of survival, where if anybody messed with me or anything like that, it's like it was like a different self would kind of kick in, and it would be like, oh, you're not going to disrespect me, like you're not going to run game, you're not going to do these things, and if you do, it's going to be hell to pay kind of thing. And then there's a different side of me that would get in those situations, like I would call it the sweet side, or like sweet tea, where basically I had like the naive kind of sense, that childlike kind of personality and perspectives where I would trust people kind of blindly or put myself in situations that I didn't need to be in environments and stuff like that.
Yeah. And
then there was the other side that was created basically to protect me and to say, don't go there, but if you do go there, I'm still going to make sure that whoever or whatever it is going to pay. Like, they aren't going to keep doing this to you. They're not going to keep, or we're not going to allow that kind of thing. And I would call that side, I guess I would call that side, black tea. Black tea would be like the side where if, like, the real dark and gritty side, and that was the side that I've been struggling with. I didn't realize was there. And then there would be like, I call it, I got a little goofy with it. I was like, there's like sweet tea, there's unsweet, then there's black tea, and then there's green tea. And then basically, black tea would be like the really, like, I'm about that action kind of side of me. Like, oh, we gonna throw some blows, or we gonna get to the bottom of this, like the really savage kind of side. And there's there's sweet tea, which is like the childhood side that when I was a kid that I pretty much had, like I was there, but there were certain things that I didn't understand or that I found myself in or environments and situations that I found myself in, and certain things that happened that I really didn't learn from or I didn't understand. So there's like that sweet side of me that's still there, like the really bubbly, friendly kind of side. And then there's like the unsweet, which would be like the big brother kind of side, like the authoritative kind of figure, but not necessarily like the black tea kind of side. Like unsweet would be like, hey, let's do this. Like, you need to work. You need to get this job. You need to do this. Like, get your finances in order. You know, like the adult kind of side. Like, this is what we got to do. Do this. Check that. This is what we're doing today. This is what we got planned for this week kind of side.
Yeah.
And then there would be like the green tea, which is basically like the more spiritual side, the higher self kind of side. The side that would be like, let me sit down and pray about this. Let me go outside. Let me go take a walk. Let me go play with these animals or this animal. The more compassionate and relaxed kind of side. And I didn't realize that I'm pretty sure that's what was going on when we had first met. But I didn't know when you were trying to tell me. Well, you weren't trying to. You did. Like, you literally were like...
You know, it's funny that you said that because when you was talking, I thought about that day of the Rike session that we had.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And it all came... Like, it all started coming back pretty much today. And it's so interesting how, like how you say this is the 13th, and it's pretty much like our 1 year anniversary. And now it's all coming back, and now I understand what you were saying so much more. And now I see that pretty much why I felt like I was being so out of control or like conflicted and going back and forth. And you remember like the whole Reiki session and how when I first came to you, I'm pretty sure that was sweet tea. That was tea that was.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it was too. Cause when you came back, to snap on me. You feel what I'm saying? Cause you feel me. You came back to snap like, bitch. Bitch, hold on now. For real, this shit fucking with me a little too much. I thought the fucking shit didn't work. You proved that the shit did work. Now, you did something to make it seem like this shit worked. Bitch, are you good at what the fuck you do or what the fuck is going on, okay? This shit done got serious, bitch.
Yes, that was more like unsweet, like the big brother, like what's going on, nothing, and overthinking, like analyzing everything. And then when I told you, I finally like come to the field. So like I did some really wild stuff, and like I never felt so angry and felt so much anger, blackness, and like bitterness and like rage even towards anyone ever until like this particular moment had happened. I know like that was black tea. You know, black tea is a side, and they all want to like protect me. Like they want the best for me. We just didn't know each other that well. So they're all all these different sides trying to do these different things without communicating with each other, and that goes back to health.
Yes.
I feel like that goes back to health. Like when you don't know yourself as well as you can or as you should probably, then you can do certain things in unhealthy ways or healthy ways too. But when it comes to health, like for me, I had these pretty much like 4 different sides that were doing things, but without actually knowing each other, without actually communicating with each other, without unity. Even though we all want the same thing, it's all kind of like we still want the best for you. We want the best for T. We want to make sure that T is happy and healthy. And if anyone tries to come or anything tries to come in between that, then we got to do something about that. You know, we had unsweet tea, which is like the analytical, the logical side, or I guess you could probably even say like the left brain kind of side, that was trying to say, hey, this is what you should probably do, this is what you got to do, listen to your brain. We know things from experience, from fact. And then you have black tea that was like, oh, no, you didn't do that to sweet tea, you know? Like dang, you really hurt.
It sounded like your really past life was coming together during that time when I had told you about,
Right.
Yeah.
You know? Like how, like, no, you hurt my boo. Like, no, like, no, we can't let them get away with that. We can't let them do that. Like, that's really messed up. You know, like, oh, we gonna get them. Like, we got something for that kind of thing. And then there's the more spiritual side, the more enlightened side, which would be like green tea, which is say pray, seek spiritual help. You know, do what you have to do. Get more involved with people that can help you spiritually and get to the bottom of this. Stop and meditate, pray, breathe, kind of thing. And then you got sweet tea, which was just really hurt. Like the childish, bubbly, friendly side, which is really hurt, didn't know what was going on, inexperienced, didn't know what to do. And all of them are not communicating with each other. All of them are actually saying, hey, maybe we should go this route together. We all want the same thing, like what's going on. So we were all making different decisions, pretty much, or on different wavelengths, which led to unhealthy decisions or unhealthy actions or an unhealthy time period altogether. Just conflict because the unity wasn't there. You know, even though they all weren't the same thing. You know, one was like, oh, revenge. You know, oh, no, that's anger. You know,
let me ask you this question before you keep going. So do you now understand why I don't believe in cord cutting?
Yeah, I do.
You understand, right? Because when you don't have all of that knowledge, and then that's part of what you came to me for. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like I was telling you before. It's not the fact that you did do it or you didn't do it. It's the fact you cut your heart in half. Didn't I tell you that? Right? So part of the session was to put it back together, right?
Yo, another light bulb. Hey. Wow.
Right?
Wow.
And you I remember part of your anger during the first time was, and I always looked at you strange every time you talk about the theater. That's when I was like, no, he's not your twin. But in a sense, he was your twin, but he wasn't your twin the way you thought he was your twin, like I was trying to tell you, right?
You sure did, yeah.
I told you your past life played a role with it, right?
Yup.
And now that you done understood all of those people, you now could start understanding, because you did a lot since we've been apart. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. And then I feel like that goes back to
But look at this. Before you go right there, I just want to say, while people are listening, I hope that y'all pay attention to one thing. We've been knowing each other for a whole year. So what I'm trying to say is, I don't try to attempt to promise anybody anything overnight. There's a process. And I even told T that. It's a process. I didn't lie. It just don't feel good to hear the process, and the process ain't always easy for everybody. But I tell you, on the other end, if you're sincere about aligning yourself up, then it'll be worth it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because we all sat down and had a meeting today of black tea, green tea, sweet tea, or unsweet. You said, hold up. We need to formally introduce each other.
I know that's right.
We need to all come together, because we are here and make one, and what's it called, have unity and unify. And what's going on? Let's come together. Stop running in different directions, or doing things without each other's consent, and come together. But like you just said, there's a whole process to it.
And now the next process you got is that you really got to learn, that's really on your mind, that's bringing them all together in this ascension process coming from the full moon. And it deals with health, right? Now that you done got there, how does your energy going to now affect your perception with Gaia?
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying. When you starting from the natural aspect, now you know this. Are you open to, because you know me, I have many too. I told you in the beginning, right? Now, you didn't believe you had many, but now you understand that you do. You understand what I'm saying? So, do you have the strength and the courage to see whether those people got many? And maybe it's not, maybe it is alignment. Meaning that maybe unsweet might meet somebody else unsweet. I mean, that's how the herbs was, right? In history, when I was talking earlier, when it used to heal us, spinach and all of this good stuff back then. Is what you doing now, right? So if you going to walk in your light worker, do you have that comfortability? And that's where now you at that stage of the protection. How far do I let anybody in? How do I help? But first you got to learn how to read. So green tea might have to come out more. And you might not be ready for green tea to come out because you spread green tea through all of them. So for green tea to come back up is maybe to make you feel like the other ones is going away. But they're not going away. They already learned from green tea. And green tea is going to learn how to trust in them. Right? Because if you're grateful for being a vegan and you mean no harm, then you just as grateful back in time when you meant no harm. Right? Right? You appreciated God. You appreciated Gaia then. Nobody was really eating meat back then, right?
Right.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Yes.
See, also you can't, while you going through this moment, you know what I'm saying? And you brought up your dream. See, you brought up pure friendship. You brought up a pure change. You brought up I'm really tired. I want something new, right? So don't be afraid. We are here a year later, and this shit has been scary for you. So it's not a new feeling. You're just really trying to understand what the feeling is. So when you ascending and expanding, because that's what's happening. Cause see, you ascending, the green tea is leading the way. But the unsweet tea, the black tea, and the sweet tea are your wings. Can't you see, like green and sweet tea kind of line up, and they go unsweet and they go black as your wings. You said it was ombre, right?
Yeah.
You said your body was naked, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You definitely naked with spiritual tea, right? Right?
Yeah. Right.
And fear can be naivety. It can be from sweet tea, right?
Right.
Right?
Right, exactly.
And then your strength and courage could be from the black and the unsweet, right?
Right.
And if you got them balanced and you headed for alignment and you say you ready, so your wings gotta expand, right? When you was in flight, they expanded, right? And you ascended at the same time, right?
Yeah.
Right? So both of them is possible. It's all about your perception. Right?
Yeah.
You when you hit me on the text, you said, and the Hierophant came out, you said, I've been thinking about the things that you tell me all the time. Right? The Hierophant looked like a man on the card, but I know I'm definitely a woman, right? I mean, we've been talking about masculine and feminine the whole time, but this is only perception at this point, right?
Right.
The tarot card is supposed to give us the ability to interpret them, right? So the shadow card was the Two of Wands, right? Everything's still in preparation. Even though me and you experiencing this moment, I still gotta upload it.
Oh.
So the Two of Wands was a great shadow card, wasn't it? What the Seven of Cups? We done talked about everything that deals with the Seven of Cups: vanity, gluttony, marriage.
The Seven of Cups was, when I read the description, what did it say? It said, like kind of talking about, what was it, like worldly things, like fantasy, which, we've been doing. Wow, look at that.
And what did I say? I asked them, what did you text me for? And this is what came up.
Wow.
So sometimes, this is another thing about understanding the spiritual world. It's all about what we looking for. And letting go is something that's in the alchemy. It's hard to really describe to people on how to let go, but when it comes to interpreting cards, it just depends. We all is meant to be here to help people according to who we are. I don't, T, you done know me. I'm not the type of person to toot my horn. Ain't that much to be proud of. I mean, I even told you when I first met you, I said, no, you got some gifts that I like. And you was like, you got some gifts that I like. And me and neither one of us got them. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So we both look up to each other.
Yeah, definitely.
You read tarot cards, right?
Say that.
Yeah. And that's all that I really be looking for. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's so funny that you said that, because now I think back. I remember how you would, at first, how you were looking at me. You would look down, and you were like, oh. And you would make that face like,
Yeah, because I already knew that we was already in decent beliefs, but my spirit guides was like, nope, you gotta help this person. What the fuck? Are you fucking serious? No. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta be professional because you at the shop.
Right. Because there was that one that popped up about this throat chakra I was dealing with the one that I think had a turtle on it. And I remember, I feel like I will always remember that when you looked at that card and you looked back up at me, and the way you had looked, it was like, what in the world? You was like, boy, do you, like, there was some stuff, like, there was some going on. And I was just like, I was just not coherent, but you was like, You was like, boy, do you know, like, what is going on? And then you could, wow. Yeah, that's wild. This is wild. I remember how you were saying that we definitely were supposed to meet.
Yeah, when
and
you
now,
came, because I told you, you was like, I say, look, I know this is crazy. I say, don't feel bad that you did do the cord cutting. you was so convinced that it didn't work. You was like, I'm telling you, it didn't work. I say, look, I'm going to tell you what they telling me, right? They said that you was supposed to do it. I know, it sounds fucked up like a motherfucker. Like, oh, I was supposed to fuck myself up just to meet you. I get what you're saying. It sounds fucked up, but it is what it is. So, you ready to go through this session real quick? You was like, what? I say, look, I gotta get them the fuck up out of there, dog. You was like, what? I said, okay. Here we go.
You sure did say that. You was like, yeah, you fucked up.
I was, right?
That was, oh my gosh, I would never forget. You said, yo, you did fuck up, but,
I did though. I kept that shit realer than a motherfucker with you, right?
You really did. You was like, yeah, you did fuck up, but yeah, you was like, yeah, it is what it is.
You was looking at me like, who the fuck is in me? I say, don't worry, I'm gonna get them the fuck out. You ready to go through it? You cried and everything to it. You really went through it, but it really hit you when you came back to cuss me out. I think that took, 2 weeks? And it really only took that long because, after the session, I said, don't come back for a week.
Yo,
remember? I told you. I said, don't come back for a week. I don't want to see you for a whole week.
For a whole week, at least a week.
And that's what, and you came back. You was like, I waited a week. Now what the fuck happened to me? What the fuck going on? Oh, that feels good a year later to be able to laugh at this shit, don't it?
Right.
I mean, it wasn't really funny what you was going through then. That shit was very much hard for me and you both. I'm serious, because it's like, I was so exhausted on aggressiveness when it comes to some clients on that journey.
Yeah.
That like when you came to me, it was, and in my own way I was happy they told me, but at the same time I had resistance, you feel me? Because it was almost like, oh, I really get to tell somebody how it is. I ain't gotta be fake. I can really tell them this is my opportunity. You serious? I was fucking like Eminem on 9 Miles. You wanna get one chance, dog? I got you. But I was scared the whole fucking time. Don't get me wrong, because I was like, man, this goddamn girl gonna come back here. And when you did come back, it was like, yo, I saw the look on your face and I felt it. I was like, I really, you know what I'm saying? At that point in time, I just kept it real with you, and it was short and sweet. I was like, oh, they conversating right now. Yeah, they fucking and fighting and everything right now. Yeah, you going through it. You going through it right now. Just get a little bit longer. It's going to come clear to you, but you going through it.
No, that's exactly what was happening.
And you looked at me like, bitch, you supposed to tell me more than that. But really, honestly, I really couldn't tell you no more that you could have handled at that point in time. But you was gritting on me like a motherfucker. You was like, and remember, because I said, oh, I need to catch that client. They've been waiting for me. You even gritted like, hold on, bitch. You gonna have somebody else, and you gonna bump me out the way.
Oh man, that's so funny. Yes, we looking back at it and laughing about everything, because you're right. Everything you were saying, everything that you were channeling, right. Everything that she was showing, it was right. That's exactly what was going on.
It was a journey.
About a year? What? Ooh. Y'all, it took about a year. So it may be different for some people if y'all go through what you got to go through. But it may take 6 months, it might take a year, it might take 5 years, who knows? But for this bitch, it took about a whole year. Well, technically longer if you think about it, because
I think it took shorter. I just think that you have grown. I don't think it took you the whole year, but you have definitely grown more in a year's period of time. I can say that. But far as your whole healing process, no. I don't think your whole healing process was a whole year. I give it maybe about 6 to 7 months, maybe. But I don't think your whole healing process was, because the last time around the time that we did, when we first ran back into each other recently on that first visit, like, yo, you was way advanced than anything at that point in time. I mean, I really didn't know what to anticipate when you came back around again. But I know I was happy to see where you was.
Oh
yeah. You understand? So that's a little bit of a shorter period of time. We coming up on a year of acquaintance, but you got to think, if you came back around before the year's time, I think you came back around, in May or June, during this summer, right?
Right, May. Yeah. Like April, May, yeah.
Yeah. So at that point in time, you've done a tremendous amount of healing by the time you came back around. And when you came back around, I think it was just more to prepare you for this moment now. So it took for you to see, like, it's like going through a training situation. Even for both of us at the same time, like, both of us got both our fears accomplished. Oh, okay. My battery is gone dead. Everybody's about to click off. I hope y'all enjoyed this session, but we're going to keep talking. And it is what it is. Until the next time, y'all stay positive and be safe. You want to say bye, T?
Yes. Take care. And live your life. And, yeah, like how Aisha was saying, yeah, love and light, and do what you gotta do. It is what it is. Thank you.